What's up everybody, Darth Mel's here, and today I want to bring you guys another amazing lightsaber review.
The Marrok,
from the Ahsoka series.
also seen in the amazing new Maul Shadow Lord.
Is it worth the cost? What are the features? Check that all up next in the review. Alright guys, like I said, this is that Marrok Ahsoka series lightsaber. It is quite heavy duty, seems to be made pretty well. It does have a 2-button setup on each side. I'll get to this Proffie board and the core itself to show you guys what's included in this one. There are many different variations of this hilt when looking at TXQ, Corbanth, and many other saber sellers. So they all may vary slightly. Definitely I have seen the button setup and core look different among those sellers. Of course, this hilt does flip open to give you that Inquisitor spinning saber effect. As you are going to hear from me later in the video, that one of the problems I guess with the saber is there are multiple buttons and not a lot of hand room, so you are kind of accidentally igniting and turning the saber off accidentally. No, this is not a switch. That would be pretty cool if it was, but it definitely isn't. Again, it's these buttons right here, which are the ones you're going to use to activate and deactivate. Here's a look up close with it being ignited. There's your ignition switch and your aux. So here's your aux. Here's a better look so you guys can see the aux button and the ignition switch. The outside is the ignition switch. So
I am Bastila Shan. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
just wanted to give you guys a better look up close. I don't want the lights all the way on so you guys can see this awesome blade effect Neopixel blade. But yeah, imagine putting that on a wall. It would be a beautiful piece. But again, spinning, not particularly recommended. Here's a quick look with one 26-inch blade in, which is awesome, but unfortunately I only have one 26-inch blade. Here's a nice close-up.
I feel the conflict within you. Let go of your hate.
Here's a nice close-up of that hilt. It cannot close both ways, so it can only close in the direction that it is supposed to go. So you can see all this nice kind of like bronze or copper looking gold accents, which look nice. It is also featured up here by the emitter on both sides. Obviously this kind of very nice rugged Sithy looking spikes. These emitter pieces are add-ons. It comes just in this black and silver, and you have to add this on, which is an extremely nice touch. So you open this guy up. Again, to get that spinning Sith Inquisitor lightsaber function, which of course this does not do. There is no saber that I've seen that actually has that feature. And as I mentioned, these are your ignition and aux button, ignition and aux button. This trigger is not utilized, which would have been a nice feature. This saber does have 2 kill switches, so you will have to take the saber apart to get to the lightsaber core or the chassis. So to do so, you have a side that has a thicker kind of silver emitter and one that is thinner. And it has a black kind of piece, as you can see in there, and that's the side that you're going to want to pull the core out of. So you come in here, loosen this screw and this screw, take those 2 out, and then your core will come right out. And here is the NeoSabers XTech type of core. You can see you have your ignition and aux buttons here that line up. You still have your RGB lights on the pommel bottom there on each side. So if I turn it on,
Jabba! Count Dooku. I've become more pop. Jedi scum.
so if I turn that on,
Jedi scum.
you guys can see the lights are lit up. Not that you can see that inside of this hilt. But here's a look at that core, and you can see you have a kill switch here, and you have a kill switch here. This one is a little tricky on the plus and minus, so be careful. You don't want to fry out your board. You can see you have an SD card there, and you have your Proffie board, and again, your SD card and your Proffie board. And you have access to your Proffie board on both. So this may not be all NeoSaber cores or XTech cores or the ones that are consistent with other sellers like Corbanth or anyone else, Poxstore, someone else who may sell these. So there's your pins. And that's how this core is installed and taken out to utilize the kill switch. And you just line this guy back up. You can see the buttons here. They have to line up with these buttons. And it drops right back in. You have to put your screws in, tighten them back down, and you're good to go. Turn the lights down to give you guys a better look. As I mentioned, this opens up all the way to show how it's featured. To show how it's featured in the series. This is definitely cool to hold, but definitely difficult to spin. You don't exactly know where to put your hands. You have buttons to ignite the saber. You have buttons to change sound fonts on both sides. So the grip room, besides even covering the speaker, is a little tight. I would say this is more or less, especially for the price point, a display piece and slightly swing around, but not a great saber for spinning. That would be my thought process on that. Balin Skull.
I'm not certain Lady Ren is ready for that technique. Ezra Bridger.
Gotta like that green. Multiple times I've accidentally hit this and turned off one of the blades. Proto Saber.
Ascension. Cyber Blade.
Of course, you can use gesture control on both, and it does work. Usually these NeoSabers come with about 30 to 35 sound fonts, so you obviously get the Proffie, and it is a great package. Here's another look.
Ahsoka Tano.
Let's try it at the same time. Gotta like that. All right, so let's talk price point. I've seen this bad boy available for like $500 all the way up to $699. So I don't think you're gonna find it for $350, $450. So with that price point in mind, this has got to be a character and a design that you love. And if it is, then it's probably worth the purchase. I definitely enjoy this design. I think it's fun. I would probably max out though at about $450 on this hilt. I wouldn't pay probably more than that. The hilt feels solid. The Proffie core design seems slightly fragile. It's cool. I said I like it. I don't love it. Overall, I would recommend this saber at the lower end of the price point I discussed. I do think it's really easy on the eyes. It looks amazing, all Sithy. It's heavy duty, has nice quality feel to it. You definitely need some 26-inch blades though if you're gonna swing this puppy around. Drop in the comments if you picked up the saber and what you think of it. Thanks for hanging out for another lightsaber review. Check out all the other videos. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace from the Darth Mells.